Y'all see that? See that bird right there? You know, feels pretty damn good when your team does what it needs to do. You know, feels pretty damn good when your team does what it needs to do. There we go. I'm looking at another screen right quick, guys. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. I want you guys to understand what I'm about to say. It's been a long time coming. See, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Lord knows I've been waiting. I've been waiting for the fallout of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First off, how y'all doing this Friday? It's your boy Savar Matner coming to you live from inside my office. It's been a busy 2 weeks. I'm a year older. I'm 39 now. I turned 39 last week on the 1st. I have a 10-year-old now. Turned 10 yesterday. I got a son that'll be 7 years old next Thursday. A lot going on. I was at the Seahawks game. I just ain't uploading nothing yet. I'm going to talk about all of that tonight. I'm going to talk about Trump, talk about Diddy. I'm going to talk about WWE. I'm going to talk about anime. I'm going to do a reaction. I'm going to talk about some fitness stuff. I'm going to talk about a lot of shit. But right now, I got to set the tone. See, I want to ask the Buccaneers a question. How does it feel to have to eat some humble pie? See, Kirko went into your trap and took over your trap. How does it feel, Buccaneers, to lose to a 2-10 team and then turn around and get your shit pushed in by a 4-9 team? Sub Dante, how does it feel, Bucks? We ain't going nowhere. And our motto is, what's up, Scholar? Good to see y'all. I'm sorry about last week. Strep throat's a bitch. Our motto is, we don't go, y'all don't go. And last night, we started that. Now, all I want the Panthers to do, what's up, Randall? All I want the Panthers to do is pound y'all in the ground. Charlotte showed me a good time when I was up there back in September, even though we got our ass whooped 30-0. Okay? They showed us a good time, and the Panthers deserve it. And it pains me to say this. Panthers came here 2 weeks ago. I was at the game, stuffed us out, came back second half. They deserve to go to the playoffs. It's Bryce Young's and them time to go back to the playoffs. And even though the spark is back temporarily right now in the ATL, we got to look at next season, baby. I'm just happy the Bucks won't win the division because the Panthers going to beat them up. But I'm going to say my NFL talk towards the end of the stream. I'm going to sip this coffee. Let's dive in right now with Trump. I'm going to start with Trump. I want to ask you guys a question. Trump, Epstein. Listen, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think Donald Trump did something out there on Epstein Island? I mean, and see, Democrats, listen, because I don't give a fuck about your party affiliation. I don't care about none of that. Because I'll put a Republican in there, a Democrat. I don't do party line shit. I can fucking care less. But see, you Democrats, you're doing the same dumb shit that you did when you were trying to get Trump prosecuted. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not the biggest Trump fan. I agree with some of the shit that he is saying, but I am not at all shape, form, or fashion a Trump supporter. So let's just put it out there. But right's right, wrong is wrong. But you Democrats is taking your sweet ass time just putting all the goods out there. And I know some of the Republicans got their hands in it too. I'm gonna talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene in a second too, because I live in Georgia. I'm gonna talk about her ass too. What I want to know is, why are you taking y'all sweet ass time with giving this shit out? You're leaking pictures. They had a condom with Trump face on it saying I'm huge. Plenty of photos with Trump with some beautiful women back in the early 2000s, late 90s and shit. We see Bill Gates out there and shit, Bill Clinton. We know Tricky Dick Clinton. We know what Clinton did in the Oval Office. See, he ain't the first president to probably get his dick sucked in the Oval Office. He just got hemmed up because, Monica Lewinsky wanted more from him, and he didn't want to give her what she wants. So she squealed like a canary, like a parrot. And you know what? I don't think Clinton made her get down and suck his dick. I think she wanted to. She just wanted more, and Clinton wasn't going to give it to her. If his name is Bill, you better look out. Just ask Bill Cosby that shit. But that's besides the point. Now, just because Trump was in photos doesn't mean he did anything. But there is some redaction going on from Epstein's text messaging saying that the person that didn't squeal yet was Donald Trump, and that Trump was with the victim multiple times. So we don't know at the time what age that victim was. But I had a talk with someone at this past football game. Just, random shit came over, we talking. And charges of rape, and I'm using the R word because YouTube is back to being YouTube. I can say shit now without fear of being pulled off the platform too quick. That's because the female died, Susan Wojcinski, whatever her name was, passed away last year from cancer. So we got a new person running YouTube. So we got some rights and freedom back, but not going to talk ill of her because, she was just doing what she thought was best at the time. However, there wasn't anybody that went and reported that Trump did anything wrong at the time. So I don't see charges being brought against him. However, it's not a good look if it come to find out that some of the females he was messing with, because let's face it, Trump done some shit. I mean, Stormy Daniels. I mean, come on now, the maid and shit, and I mean, Trump is known to fuck women. I mean, he snitched on himself. Y'all remember the Hollywood Access tape? So it ain't like he wasn't out there. He was out there just to be out there with Epstein having bro parties. And I'm not saying that didn't go on either, because Diddy was involved in some of this shit. So I'm not saying that didn't go on out there. What I am saying is, until we see concrete evidence that Trump did anything wrong, either you're going to give it to us or stop talking about it. There are more things going on in the economy right now and around the world that need to be addressed than just dragging out some propaganda because you're trying to win the House and the Senate back. Come midterms. That's already going on right now. That's going on right now. Let me paint this picture of how politics work. You guys ever notice shit don't start coming out until this election cycle coming up? Midterms are coming. Florida just ended a 30-year drought with a Republican as a mayor in the city of Miami. There's a Democrat that's a mayor-elect now in the city of Miami. Was it New Jersey? And what was the other state I'm thinking about? What's the other state? Virginia. Their governors are now Democrats. Okay, so there is a blue wave starting to trickle a little bit. And once again, I'm not saying the Democrats getting there, shit gonna be changed and everything gonna be fine and the sun gonna shine, because we all know, unless it's balanced in the House and the Senate, that means one party got one, the other party has another one. It's gonna be shenanigans all over again. Joe Biden had both chambers, and look what happened. He was just giving all the money away to Ukraine and shit. Trump get in there and get both chambers. Look what happens. He's doing shit that we all know is underhanded tactics, because he controls the House, so that's the money. Then the Senate's legislation. This legislation go to the House too, but most of the legislature happened in the Senate. The bills, the articles, all that really happens in the Senate. So he has both chambers. Yes, you need Democrat majority in both chambers to get shit done. But a lot of times he can get shit pushed through real easy without the approval of the Democrats. So there's nothing going on positive right now besides a lot of deflecting, okay, to keep our minds off the Epstein shit. Now, I feel like if he was involved with some underage women, I do believe the Republican Party, not the Democrats. Democrats, listen to me. Not you fucks. The Republican Party needs to pull up articles of impeachment, because the manga base wants to know exactly what happened. And I'm kind of shocked about that. But I know a lot of Republicans have already started to turn on Donald Trump. Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, stood up for women around the world that was affected by Epstein. Now, I'm not the biggest MTG fan, Marjorie Taylor Greene fan, because of what happened down in Florida with the Parkland shooting. And then when those students came up to the White House a few years ago, I think Biden was in office then. It may have been the end of Trump's first term. No, Parkland happened. Yeah, Parkland happened during Trump's first term. But I think it's around during Biden's first year. But I remember they came up to Congress and Marjorie Taylor Greene was hackling them about gun rights. And then she started receiving death threats. Now, I'm going to tell you where the victimhood shit come in at. She went against Trump, even though she'd been kissing Trump's ass for years. Every time Trump was laying out here in Georgia, she was the first motherfucker all on this long. I'm just going to call it the way I see it. It's pictures all on fucking internet. Go put them up yourself. You can see what I'm talking about, kissing and shit, and Trump's my guy and all that fucking shit. And when y'all going to figure out Trump don't care about nobody but his motherfucking self. If you don't serve him purpose, you're cast aside like a used tampon. You're garbage. When y'all gonna figure this shit out? The man doesn't give a fuck. Everybody that says, "Oh, I'm a Trump guy," but what has he done for you? Are you rubbing his back? Because if you go against him, because you stand up on principles that's right to you and might seem right to him, but wrong to you, he casts you aside. Look what just happened up in Utah, Idaho, out there. They were trying to redistrict the map, and they voted it down. And now he's trying to oust all the lawmakers out there that pretty much voted down and redistricting the map. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Marjorie Taylor Greene is playing victim now, saying that she's getting more and more death threats because she went against Trump. But Trump wasn't the cause of you originally getting death threats and anthrax and shit sent to your house. It's because you was hackling them goddamn college students. You was hackling them about their gun laws, saying that all that wasn't a mass shooting and all that shit. People died. Them kids seen people die, motherfucker. You ever been to a combat zone, Marjorie Taylor Greene? Ask me what a combat zone is like. I can tell you I've been to one. Called Iraq Sandbox. Do you know what it's like to have bullets whizzing past your motherfucking head and shit? Bombs blowing up and shit. Shit's traumatizing. Do you know what it's like to see your friend that you was eating breakfast with in the defect? Y'all go on patrol, but yeah, he comes back in a body bag because some bad shit happened out there while you was on patrol. And it's not a one-time thing. It might happen multiple times during deployment. But now, can you imagine what it's like for college kids or high school kids? It was part of their high school. Government comes in there and started just shooting, spraying motherfucking students. You know what that's like to the? Do you know what that does to the psyches? It fucks people up. Fucks them up. I done seen some horrific shit online in real life. I'm not gonna sit and tell you some of the shit that I done seen that I had to play over my motherfucking head. But you don't make light of people that went through a mass shooting. Y'all was on that Sandy Hook shit. Ask that conspiracy theorist guy, Alex, what the fuck his name is, that was on that fucking Sandy Hook shit, how his pockets is now. So that's why you're getting death threat, but you want to blame Trump. You know, that kind of like remember of that E.G. Carroll shit. Right's right, wrong is wrong. Why you didn't come out and say Trump did something to you in the 90s? You came out after the Hollywood Assets tape came out for some fucking money. I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with that. So all I'm saying is, if you go against Trump, you know it's gonna happen. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene probably gonna run for governor of Georgia, assuming Brian Kemp doesn't run for president or something like that. She's probably gonna run for the governorship down here in Georgia. And if Andre Dickens decides to run, she might have a problem. He's doing great work up there in downtown Georgia, well, in Atlanta. But Epstein, Trump, all the names coming out, pictures, is that going to have an effect on the midterms? And I got a poll up, and I'm just going to straight up tell you, it's going to have a major effect, especially if it comes out that some shit went on, some shenanigans went on. But it always happens right around the election cycle. You'll start to see dirt get dug up, shit you don't expect to see get dug up because everybody's trying to save face. And the Republicans are trying to distance themselves from Donald John Trump. That's what I'm going to say it again for the Democrats in the back. AOC and Jasmine, whatever the fucking name is, the senator from Texas. I can't think of her name right now. Let the Republicans deal with their own. Focus on the American people, and you might win the midterms. Let the Republicans deal with Trump. He's the leader of the GOP party. And if you pay attention, the Republicans are getting kind of fed up with him. Just pay attention. Now, me and my grandfather was talking about this. No, Trump legally cannot run for a third term. That doesn't mean he can't try. Say it for the people in the back, Dante. You guys see what's going on right now. Y'all guys remember the government shutdown? Y'all remember that unnecessary shutdown? You guys remember I told you that sometimes via shutdown, it can force the Fed's chair hand to lower interest rates depending on when the shutdown happened. It happened right in that crucial third quarter where they dictate what happens. Trump let it go on for like 45 days, 43 days. I called 45 when it first started. Went on for like 43 days. Now the Fed chair came out and they're cutting interest rates. If they keep cutting interest rates to where you're paying more back on your loan bill, the principal not all going to interest, more people will be willing to spend money. You know those tariffs right now, that's very high right now. How much you guys want to bet when 2026 roll in next year and we get close to the midterms that those tariffs are going to trickle way down to probably 3, 4, 5%, maybe 3%, just so goods being shipped to America won't be so high to where the investors and the business owners here got to jack up their prices so they can have enough money to buy those said goods. They can actually lower the prices down. How much you want to bet that's going to happen? You guys been paying attention to what's going on with the war and shit, Russia, Ukraine, and all this fucking shit, Hamas and shit? You notice how the talks are ramping up, even the African shit right now. Y'all been paying attention? How much y'all want to bet that all will legitimately be taken care of by the time midterms come in? Yeah, but that's typical. That's because of deflection. Those farmers that wants to know how they're going to survive because, you know, beef prices and shit's so fucking high. They can't afford to buy livestock because people is not spending money. They're not buying their product. And Trump is wanting to ship meat in for Argentina. How much you want to bet? I know out here in Georgia, the farmers got a big reprieve out here in Georgia. I think like $10 billion in assets. How much you want to bet that miraculously more farmers are going to be able to make money? Trump knows how to make people forget. He's very good at that. But I just have a hunch that everything is going to switch off like this, and you're going to see every gas prices. They always come down this time of year. They might not rise next year if my assumptions are correct, and he does what I think he's going to do. Oh, we got these reserve rigs. Hey, you know, we got these. Y'all remember those mineral deal lands and shit? He's trying to get into the Congo and get that. The Ukraine assets, you know, shit that he can use to make fuel and shit, put oil rigs and shit. How much you want to bet all of a sudden? Hey, we got all this extra oil now. Let's turn the reserves on. We can lower the price of barrel down, the price of oil per barrel down a little bit. Gas prices will stay around $2.30 for unleaded, 87. 93, we'll still be paying close to $3, but it's better than paying $3.50. He does that, and people say, man, the housing market done came down. Interest rates like 3%, 4% on a home, still 6%, 3 to 4%. Oh, fuck that, man. We can start buying, getting homes. Lumber don't cost that much to build the motherfuckers no more. And man, get that shit done. I guarantee the Stacey needs to agree with the new constitution that he might be trying to get done. It'll be a lot of motherfuckers skipping to vote Trump back in there for a third term. And I think that's his end game. I believe Trump wants to die in the White House. Because see, if he come out the White House, all them charges that he had against him that went away on the federal level, he still got a lot of state charges. And he can't erase them state charges. He can't at the federal level, not at state level. So I see the midterms being impacted by the Epstein issue. And even if some stuff come out, if the Republicans doesn't impeach him and save face, they'll be up to losing their seats come the midterm to the Democrats. And the Democrats start focusing on their people right now, the American people. Instead of Trump, I see a blue wave coming. But Trump can trump that by doing everything that I think he's going to do. And making the people say, hey, we got money. We got this going on. Fuck them. Let's keep them in power. If that happens, just come back to December 12th, 2025 at 10:49. Say Savar, you was right. Now, no, he already called the Trump house. You see that ballroom he building up there? MLK and Juneteenth national parks you got to pay for now. Listen, niggas don't go to the goddamn national parks, and I go every blue moon, but I'm a vet, so I'm getting free to most parks any damn way. But the average motherfucking black motherfucker do not go to the park on MLK Day. We are either in church or we're fucking barbecuing and celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, me personally, depending on what day it falls on, because my grandmother's birthday sometimes fall on MLK Day, I'm celebrating my grandma's birthday, and I have me some Crown Royal out here in Georgia and watch TV. Juneteenth, I used to celebrate Juneteenth. It ain't what it used to be, so I don't waste time with it. I know it's the freedom of the slaves and all that stuff. But you know what, man? If you keep holding on to that type of mindset, we'll always be complaining about we ain't got our fair share. It's good to celebrate what your ancestors went through, but a lot of us use Juneteenth as a reason to complain about shit. That's why I look at Juneteenth now. There's less partying going on and more marching and complaining going on. That's why I stopped celebrating Juneteenth. I used to celebrate all the time, go out, get fucking drunk, go to the parade, watch them do all the stuff. And now it's more we're marching and complaining and we will persevere, blah, blah, blah. Purse your ass up and get a job and go to work. That's the way I look at it. That's just me. Let's talk about Diddy real quick. The thumbnail. Now, I don't know if the guy taking the pictures is a plant for TMZ. I don't even know if those are real pics, but some of them was on TMZ website, so I'm assuming they will. Diddy is having a ball down there. He's having a fucking ball. I don't know, Rutgers Island. What the fuck is up there in the Northeast? I still believe the man's gonna get pardoned, but here's my question. All those guys in the picture, they're smiling. Is it because it's a celebrity and you guys are happy? It's a celebrity. Look, I see you guys. Listen, I was just at the game this past week. I see celebrities all the time. I'm uploading the Seahawks video. Now I stopped putting a lot of game footage in the videos because that's copyright material. That's why most of the videos you don't see games, you just see me out there talking shit, blah, blah, blah. But listen, I see famous folks a lot. I live in Atlanta, and then I'm at the games a lot. I'm in the tunnel. I see people all the fucking time. Terry Funk, nothing shook my hand, and I see people all the fucking time, man. I'm not gonna jock ride because you are a millionaire or a billionaire. To me, you're human. You have deeper pockets than me. You have a success story. I wish I could be like you, and it's motivation for me to want to get there. That's how I view celebrities when they're in my presence and when I see them, when I get to speak to them. The prison folks are happy, but is it because? Yeah, I'm about to say it. That because that's his boyfriend. Is Diddy fucking the guy? If you look at the picture real good, it's some baby oil sitting on the desk. Now, once again, I don't know if that's AI generated, but I said in my Discord, and I said this when he first got convicted. My exact words were, Diddy is going to play into this. Don't be surprised if his next album is called Baby Oil. The Diddy Chronicles. I'm just telling you, books 1 of 2. I'm just telling you. First song that motherfucker called Glistening. All that baby. I'm telling you. Y'all think of bullshit. He looks too happy to be locked up. I mean, he's in a low security prison, but man, I'm eating top ramen and shit. And I'm a billionaire with a multi-millionaire. I mean, fuck, man. Fuck. I mean, I still see Trump pardoning him though. And that's only because Trump done pardoned Democrats already that was up for fucking prison time. He let one Democrat out of prison. Okay. So it wouldn't surprise me if he pardoned Diddy. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I believe that that's probably going to happen in the very near future, just to deflect from what's going on with the Epstein shit. So Diddy just keep smiling. I hope that it's not no NWA, no Vaseline type shit going on. I don't. 50 Cent's got that documentary out. Yeah, he's a freak. He's a goddamn super freak. Rick James, listen, Rick James was a freak. Prince was a freak. Hell, Shaka Khan was a freak. Ain't nobody. She was a freak. All them old hoes were freaks. George Clinton and shit, Boosie Collins. But there's freaks, and then there's freaks in the sheets. Now, if you all listen to the Isley brothers, Ronald Isley's like 90 years old as dirt, still trying to sing. You goddamn right he is. You goddamn right. Vivica A. Fox better be careful because she took a pop shot at Diddy. I'm not Diddy, at 50 Cent. So 50 was giving her that dick, and I guess she got tired, or he got tired of giving her the candy shot. Hey, I like shit and I want shit. But it's just like with Trump. They had a lot of shit on Diddy, and a lot of it didn't stick. And all we found out was the man liked having orgies, water sports with that's P play, and a little bit of feces play. That's and he loved fucking women on periods and his homeboys. That's what we learned about Diddy. Yeah, I mean, that's all we know. And he swing both ways. Just at Meek Mill's that. But I'm still trying to figure out how can he be so happy locked up. And I'm guessing he knows he's gonna get pardoned. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sitting here, I'm gonna make friends, I'm gonna write my album. I'm probably gonna get a hand job with one of these guys because he is filthy rich. And you're gonna have a lot of guys desperate for attention in there. Some of them might be getting released when Diddy get out. So they're trying to get real cool. They're probably he got a little protection squad going on. So he's gonna remember those guys, and they'll do anything they can just to be able to be in his circle once they get out. That's what I believe is going on. And they got to get initiated in like a game. So it's probably a whole bunch of shower talk going the fuck on. That's all I'm saying. Straight up just pride in this motherfucking ass. Let's talk about some anime, guys. I've been watching One Punch Man, and I'm gonna be harsh. God, the damn drawing, the damn anime is horrible. I'm not gonna say it's as bad as fucking Dragon Ball Evolution, but it's not good. I've been watching the episodes. I'm up now to where they're fighting the dragon level demons right now. Saitama's in the tunnel getting ready to go into the demon base, right? So I told you Spy Family is good. It's really good. I'm on season 3. My daughter she's reading the manga right now. She watches Spy Family. She's a Demon Slayer girl as well. So and I'm about to put on Dragon Ball. So because we've been playing Dragon Ball Legends together. And random, I forgot about the game. Man, I just ain't been on it because I've been so busy. But I've been playing the mobile app Dragon Ball Legends with my daughter. So she wants to start learning about Dragon Ball. So we watching Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. Whenever Super completes, we'll watch Super. I don't think I'm gonna have her watch Daima, and we damn sure ain't watching Kai. She seen all my original DVDs in the closet the other day. She's like, "Whoa!" So I got Hulu, Netflix, Crunchyroll, all that. So we're gonna sit one day and start watching Dragon Ball clean up through GT in the movies, and that way she'll be caught up. But yeah, I haven't watched Vinland Saga yet. And Undead Unluck. Hey, no, hey, Alex, hey, you just keep watching. You just keep watching. Yes, One Punch Man fell off. Let me tell you guys something. I went back because I had to watch the season 2 opening. I always, if I'm going to compare something, I compare the previous season. I don't go back to the first season. Because, see, all first season animes, for the most part, is top notch because your ideas are fresh. Like we all know, I'm gonna give you an example. Dragon Ball Z, the farmer and the gun. That one scene with Raditz and shit, and the way the episodes blended in the first season made you want to watch season 2. And then it got better. I don't play Dragon Ball Z Rage and Blast. I ain't played that in years. I'm a Team KX guy though. But I went back and watched some of season 2 episodes and watched the opening and the ending credits, and it's night and day. I had it on the TV, on the monitors in here, on my phones, just to compare. It's night and day. I mean, some of these drawings, it's like they're fighting, but they're fighting slow. You guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z Epsilon from what's that guy? Shit, man. Start with an M. God damn it. I can't think of his name, but you guys know Dragon Ball Z Epsilon. It reminds me of his drawings where it's the fighting like it's being flipped like you flipping paper. It's like you flipping paper. And I'm like, it's temporary pausing going on. It's like the scenes cut, they don't flow like they need to flow. So it's not good. It is not good. I'm like, what in the fuck happened? I would rather watch paint dry. I you know. Yeah. Dragon Ball Epsilon. It just he took so long. I can't. His name start with an M for some, but I ain't watching shit in so long. God damn it. Let me get this goddamn name out because it's gonna fucking work my nerves if I don't look at his fucking name. I can't see you guys right now. Give me a second. Because I used to know his name on top of my goddamn head. Let me see. Epsilon. There we go. What's that guy goddamn name? Melavelli, yeah, I knew it started with him. Melavelli, what the fuck his name was. What's my favorite Marvel games? I'm a bit Marvel versus Capcom guy. I'm a Marvel superhero versus Street Fighter guy. I like the X-Men game from Marvel. Shit, any fighting game from Marvel, I'll fuck with from time to time. But my favorite overall Marvel games is the Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter and the Marvel's Capcom series all the way up. And the X-Men versus Street Fighter. Those are my all-time favorites. I mean, I'll play them. I'll binge on that shit. Like binge. But besides One Punch Man, Spy Family's gravy. I'm loving the story so far in season 3. Yeah, Melavelli, he's good shit. But let's talk about Dragon Ball. So I'm an Easter egg hunter type of guy. Okay. So I'm playing Dragon Ball Legends, and they did an update the other day, and they was playing the Tournament of Power opening, right? From Dragon Ball Super. And I'm like, Now I kind of know based on secondhand and shit that I told you guys in the last stream that there are some big reveals coming next month. Now, since Bandai Namco and shit, they make the games, they kind of have direct knowledge of the shit. And so I'm like, well, I find this kind of weird. Why would you go back to Dragon Ball Super theme song and start playing the theme song? And it comes around at random times, but I haven't heard that song in that game in forever. So Baki's all right. Oh, you talking to Skylar. So I'm gonna be blunt with you guys. There is a 70% chance, not 100, but there's about a 70% chance that they're gonna mention the manga real soon. And the other projects, as well as we know the games. We know Dragon Ball FighterZ is getting a big update, the Daima Saga and some other shit. I known that, and I believe Xenoverse 3 is the big one. Because I mean they're uploading Universe 2, they're doing all the updates, but people want Universe 3, and I think that's the one that a lot of people are anticipating. The anime, I'm not gonna say it's a 50-50 chance, but it's highly being talked about amongst the community. From my knowledge, it's ready to go. It's the financial thing. You gotta pay voice actors. You gotta do a lot of shit. A lot of people want more money. So there are some things going the fuck on. So don't be surprised. And now I said this weeks ago. The other channels isn't saying it yet because they're waiting on one guy to say some shit, and he's gonna get his information from other guys and small channels. I mean, that's fine. But I am telling you guys, based on kind of what's going on now with Dragon Ball Legends and other shit, Super is the main topic, and if things play out the way I think they're going to play out, we're in for the end game of the Dragon Ball franchise. So, and like I'm telling you guys, when the manga completes and the anime completes, if the anime is one of those things, once again, the manga is the main topic. If that occurs, just remember, you're nearing the end of the franchise. You're nearing the end of the franchise. So, yes, I heard about the Vegeta movie. I'm a Vegeta guy, but man. Well, and see, listen, God, good. I was on Geekdom's channel last week, and I'm still trying to figure out why hasn't any Dragon Ball channel said anything to correct people about the timeline shit. Guys, do you know that you actually have people that really believe that GT, Daima, and Super take place in different timelines? You know, you can't fix people. They're gonna believe what they want to believe. But then you got people like me that has a lot of common sense. And I say it time and time again because I want people to get this understanding on why you have multiple endings to Z, because everything ties to Z. Yep, exactly. Everything ties to Z. It's just they pick up in different spots. If you don't want to watch GT or Daima, then you watch Super only. It's its own continuity of the original storyline. If you don't want to watch Super and Daima, then you go the original way and go all the way straight through GT. If you don't want to watch GT or Super, then you go to Z and pick up after the Buu Saga and go into Daima. That's it. It's just that simple. That's what I'm saying. That makes it canon. That's what I'm getting at. people believe that because Super doesn't play in the GT that it's a different timeline. No, they're all a part of the same timeline. They just branch off. You have 3 different endings to Z. It's just the one you choose that you want to watch. It's not that hard to figure out. But since Geetham them not saying that, you have fans believing that it's multiple timelines to Z when it is not. Now, in the actual story, you have Trunks that can go through time in a time machine, but he's going 20 and 40 years, 20 years in the future and 20 years back in the future. He's in the same timeline, just forward and back. He's not going into an alternate timeline like in Dragon Ball Heroes, where there's alternate timelines and alternate multiverses. But you have YouTubers that go off of guides that misinterpreted guides. I mean, it's not hard to figure that shit out. And that's why I kept telling you guys, you're not going to get the tournament saga in Super, because how in the fuck can you tie that back to Z when you got God Key power and Broly's in the continuity now, and Beast Gohan, and one guy said, oh, they can just take the powers away. So, okay, but what about Broly and Frieza and shit? Oh, they can just write them off. Because y'all want that nostalgia, fly away. Piccolo has an orange form now. I mean, what are you talking about? You got gods, you got Jiren, you got what are you serious? And so you have people like that. Everybody thought Daima was gonna drive back in the Z. I'm like, how the fuck can it now? You got Super Saiyan 4. So I blame the upper echelon of the Dragon Ball community for not setting this shit straight. And maybe they just don't know. Maybe they're just as fucking stupid. But I am telling you all, it is canon. All of the fucking shit from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z Kai to Dragon Ball Z to Daima to Super to fucking GT is all canon. Because they all fall in the same timeline. It's just how you want to eat your cake. Do you want to eat your cake with chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry? Chocolate being fucking GT. Strawberries being, I hate vanilla. Vanilla's Daima, strawberry Super. We don't even mention Dragon Ball Kai, Z Kai, because we all know they call all the fillers in that shit. It's not even there ain't no blood in that shit. They're all a part of the same timeline. It's just if you go into GT, you're like 10 years removed from the end of Z. If you go into Super, you ain't got past that 10-year mark where GT will pick up at. Daima doesn't even go as though it doesn't even get to what Super's at. It ends. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna talk about NFL here. What's up, Lucian? I'm gonna talk about NFL here in a second. I just want to let you guys know, though, January is right around the corner, and there are a lot of things that are coming out about Dragon Ball. But I just want you guys to know that this is probably the last hurrah. The manga is pretty much all done from what I was told. It's they can release it. It's weekly. They, Toru never stopped drawing it. So the manga's pretty much done. I was also told the animation's pretty much done. Like, they got the stuff done. It's just funding and trying to get shit, try to get a person to pick it up, and voice actors want more money. So we'll see. But I wouldn't have my hopes high on the anime. I would have my hopes high on the manga and the video games and the possible movies. With the Vegeta movie, I don't know why they would give Vegeta a movie. What they need to do and I hope they do it. Let Vegeta kill Black Frieza after the Gogeta fusion. You know why? That will bring everything full circle. Vegeta died by the hands of Frieza on Namek. Vegeta's daddy died. His whole entire species died for the most part. So why not let him be the one after Gogeta slapping around? And speaking of Gogeta, guys, you do realize Gogeta is the only fusion character that's in Dragon Ball Z. He's in the movie in Dragon Ball Z, which is Fusion Reborn. He's in GT, and he's in Super. I just want you guys to remember that. Okay? Remember that. Vegeto's only in Z and Super. He wasn't in GT, and he didn't have a movie. Okay? The chances of Gogeta being Black Frieza's final opponent is 99.9999999%. How do y'all know this? Did you watch Brawly? So let Gogeta and Black Frieza fight till they beat the shit out of each other. The fusion will dissolve. Black Frieza will still have some strength, but not up to the point to where Vegeta can't take him on by himself. And when Goku get up to try to take the fight, Vegeta stops him, say, "No, Kakarot, it's my turn now." And then let Vegeta do what Vegeta need to do to right the wrong and vaporize Frieza. That is how you should end Super. So with GT, and I can't really call them God transformations. Okay, the old Kai helped Goku get Super Saiyan 4 by pulling his tail out. Then you got the Bloodwave, the machine that helped Vegeta get Super Saiyan 4. Omega Shenron is pretty much a god because the Dragon Ball were created by the Namekians and the elders of the Namekians, and the Guardians are pretty much on God key level. They can sense God key because they're up on that wavelength. So if you're going off that logic, the only one that really used any God key would be Omega Shenron in the Shadow Dragons. Everybody else was still using regular key. Now, when you get to Super, that all changes. Beerus changed every fucking thing. I mean, it was, you have a choice. It was like trying to sense an android, but you couldn't sense an android. You couldn't sense a life form, so you couldn't sense God key. So now what you do, you make Goku a god. And then you elevate Android 17 because in GT they fought and they was on the same wavelength Super Saiyan 4. So now you elevate 17, Ranger 17, so he can go on par with Goku. A lot of ideas from GT was implemented in Super, by the way. And when I said that years ago, all y'all call me stupid. Oh yeah, and then Daima took ideas from Super and GT and gave you that shit. That was a shit show. So, but anywho, that's all I want to talk about anime. I gotta hit the WWE up real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about the NFL, and then I want to show you guys a video. I want you guys to tell me something about this video. I didn't watch War Games. Number one, I am not paying ESPN $30 fucking. Okay, and I know Raw is coming to Atlanta in February, the 23rd, to State Farm Arena. I don't know if I'm gonna go or not, man. I just don't know. First off, I seen all the highlights. See, I'm a highlight guy now. When you start to jack up shit that high for me to watch, it was bad enough back in the day when pay-per-view cost you $99 back in the day. You guys remember that shit? If you my age, back in the day where you had to pay $99.99, $34.99 and shit and all that fucking shit. Now ESPN wants all the goddamn money. Okay? That's like the NFL and the red zone packet. Who in the fuck can watch all those games and pay attention to their main team? It's impossible. The NFL Sunday Ticket. Now on the red zone, you see where all the teams get to the end zone, the red zone area, the 20-yard line up. But I'm not to pay all that money to try to watch every fucking football game. No, fuck that. I want to see my team. And then I catch the highlights from all the other games. And then if I want to catch the game, when they air them on the NFL Network throughout the week, I'll watch them then to catch up. But ESPN, because they have all the basketball and the college games and some NFL games, they acquired the WWE, and now you want me to pay $39 something a fucking month, $29 a month, when I'm only gonna tune into your app to watch WWE shit. You lose me on that. The right team won the War Games. I knew CM Punk wasn't gonna win that. But here's my question. Tomorrow, Saturday night, live main event in Madison Square Garden. John Cena's last match as an in-ring competitor. Shawn Michaels said this shit. Triple H said this shit. How many? That might final match. I don't think Triple H will ever get back in the ring, and Shawn Michaels couldn't if he wanted to. His knees are all fucked up. But you know, we done seen a lot of guys. Well, I won't wrestle again. They get their ass right back in the ring when the price is right. So I'm not saying that Cena's done forever, because if the right price happens, Stone Cold came back for a one-off. The right price happens, he'll be back. But Gunther, and I couldn't believe it. We knew weeks ago. Gunther? You guys couldn't. I mean, Dwayne's filming Jumanji, some shit. So you guys couldn't go deep into the well of ideas. Say, hey, you know what? If we can't get The Rock, who could we get to go against Cena that will be a classic fucking match? A real good rough and tough match. Can't get Kurt Angle. You can't get Ric Flair. Chris Jericho's not free to the end of the fucking year, so you can't get Y2J. Fat Cole. But he done lost weight now, so I guess I'm going to call him Ab Cole. Okay? Who do you... With Kevin Owens out with injury. Randy, you did the Randy Orton thing, which was a waste of fucking time. Why not Roman Reigns? You know, why not that? If you would played your car ride, you could have did CM Punk shit. Randy Orton been the legend killer. Randy would have won the last match, because guess what? It's his last match. He loses his last match. That writes off the character. So he's gonna lose to Gunther. That's a gimme. But I don't want to see Gunther. I don't want to see him fight John Cena. I would have been more ecstatic had it been, I don't fucking know. Shit. I would have rather watched Sami Zayn fight him. You know, I would have did that. That's just me. Rey Mysterio. Gunther, of all fucking people. LA Knight's not good enough yet. Seth Rollins hurt. I mean, Roman Reigns would have been perfect. Roman would have been perfect. I really don't. I just don't understand. Brock coming back too soon. I mean, that would have been. Y'all dropped the ball on this one. So I'm gonna watch Saturday Night Main Event. I'm not thrilled about the matches. And then after that, the Royal Rumble. We all know CM Punk gonna defend his belt against Seth Rollins at the Rumble. If I'm a betting man, Cody Rhodes is gonna drop the belt to Roman Reigns. They're already hinting at the bloodline getting back together. And honestly, I don't want to see that. So there's a lot of the WWE know how to just zap it out you. So I'm done talking about that. Jade Cargill now, she's the bitch running around talking shit. We all know she's gonna drop that belt to Bianca Belair and Naomi. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley's teaming up now. So you got Stephanie Valkyrie running around with the women's world title. We all know eventually that fucking Liv Morgan's gonna get that belt back. It done got stale in the WWE. It got when they did that Wrestlepalooza shit, it just been trickling downhill every fucking since. So enough about that. Let's talk about the NFL real quick, and then I want to do a reaction video too, and then that will end my night because I have a long day tomorrow. So the Buccaneers got their cheeks smacked last night, courtesy of the Falcons, by the way. I still can't believe I'm about to say these teams' names, but I am not surprised that shit's happening the way that it is. Okay, so let me share a screen here and give you the gist of what's going on before we watch this video that I want to share. So here's the NFL playoff bracket. All right. Now, guys, I most of you been watching my channel for a while know back in the day, June, preseason, July, I picked teams. Actually, I picked teams back in May. My cousin got killed that morning. It was Mother's Day. And I remember I picked the teams that morning before I got word that he died and posted on Facebook. I keep all my receipts, so I'm going to go back and show that back in May. So right now, you got Broncos, Patriots, Jaguars, Steelers, Chargers, Bills, Texans, Rams, Packers, Eagles, Panthers, Seahawks, Niners, Bears. I'm going to be blunt and just go out right on a limb and say right now that the Rams are not going to win the West. The Falcons are going to see that. Okay. The Packers is not going to win the North. The Bears are going to see that. The Eagles is not going to win the East. These punk boys are going to have something to say about that. The Niners are probably going to stay right where they're at. Green Bay is going to swap here. Seahawks is going to jump up to where the Rams is at. And the Panthers are going to win the South. The Bucks is going to get their ass kicked when they play the Panthers. They're going to get whooped. Okay. The Lions don't have a chance in hell because Dan Campbell is a fucking moron. Okay. Bye, Bucks. Vikings will be eliminated Sunday if the Cowboys beat them or if the Bears or the Packers win a game. That's it. They both have to win. And the Bears and the Lions, not the Lions, the Vikings can beat the Cowboys but still be eliminated because they already lost 8 games. They can only win 9. Well, the Bears got 9 wins. So if they go to 10, they're eliminated. Green Bay got 9 wins. If they go to 10, they're eliminated. So that's how I see the NFC playing out. Broncos got the West on lock. Patriots, if they beat Buffalo, will have the AFC East on lock. Jacksonville is going to have a problem down the stretch. Steelers should win the AFC North. Assuming they get past Miami, they should win the AFC North. Chargers going to beat the shit out of Kansas City. And when the Chargers beat Kansas City cannot make the playoffs because the Chargers will have 10 wins and the Broncos has 11. So Kansas City will be eliminated after Sunday. So if the Chargers win and get to 10, Kansas City's already 6-7. Most they can win is 10. Problem is though, they already lost to the Chargers, so they won't get in with a loss. They'll be pretty much eliminated. Bills should beat New England and stay in alive to try to win the East, but I see the Patriots winning that division. And I see the Texans surging to win the South. And the Texans are going to have help with that. The Colts, they might beat the Seahawks because they got the Phillip Rivers effect going on. So if the Colts win, what's up, Goose? If the Colts win this game here, and the Texans win this game here, but Jacksonville lose this game, and I expect the upset. They gonna sleep on New York, and I expect the upset. Then it's gonna get tight in the AFC South. But Colts is gonna probably upset the Seahawks. Ravens are gonna beat the Bengals, but then lose to the Steelers again next week in Pittsburgh. That's why they won't win the AFC North. Chiefs need a prayer. They need a prayer because they lose to the Chargers and go 6-8. The most they can win is, say it with me now, 9 games. You see what I'm getting at? So if the Chargers beat them and go 10-4, the Chiefs can't win 10 games. They already lost 8. They can go 9-8. They'll be eliminated from playoff contention. So because the Texans will have 9, the Bills, and they got to try to catch the Texans. They're 2 games back. So it's a must win for the Chiefs on Sunday. Otherwise, they're eliminated. Dolphins is surging right now, but I don't see them being Pittsburgh. I mean, if Pittsburgh wins and if the Ravens win, the Bengals are eliminated from playoff contention. So who do I see going to the Super Bowl? I'm going to give you 6 teams. I see the Broncos as my favorite. And I wish my cousin was alive to see it this year. I had told him back in April that I believe that they were going to get pretty far and look like if there's a team in the AFC, it's the Broncos. They're playing Super Bowl caliber. I don't see the Patriots making it to the Super Bowl. Drake May is he's very good, but he's about to play some teams that's going to humble him real quick. Jacksonville don't have a chance in hell. You see these Steelers right here? Don't sleep on old man Aaron Rodgers. They'll be the second pick. If the Steelers get to the playoffs, don't sleep on old man Rodgers. The sleeper will be the Texans. They have the number 1 best offense and defense right now in the NFL. So if the Texans get in the playoffs, they'll be the sleeper. That's the third. The Steelers will be down the middle, but my favorite AFC team that I think is going to go to the Super Bowl will be the Broncos. On the NFC side, and I picked the Broncos and the Steelers back in May, actually, with the Bills. No, the Ravens. My bad, with the Ravens. I picked those 3. Ravens not going to make it. And I told you guys, Chiefs not going nowhere. And right now it's panning out, right? Rams not going to a Super Bowl. That's not going to happen. The Matthew Stafford effect. That's not going to happen. The Seahawks, to me, will be the NFC team's favorite. I think it's Sam Darnold's time. Ginger Jesus is what Mean Runner calls him. The second favorite, oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. The Packers ain't making it to the Super Bowl. But I can't believe I'm about to say this. If the Cowboys get in there, guys, listen to me. Before anybody say anything, listen up. If the Cowboys get into the motherfucking playoffs and they get past the wild card round, buckle up. I just have a feeling the Cowboys, because the Eagles got an easy schedule. Let me see who their upcoming schedule is. I'm gonna tell you the games real quick. Cowboys has an easy one. So what we got right here, we got Raiders, Commanders. Where's the other 2? Yeah, okay, here we go. So the Eagles' final 4 games Oh, go down. There we go. It's Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders. Okay, you guys can't see the screen because I ain't sharing it right now. I'm just telling you guys. Cowboys' final four teams are as follows. Okay. Once again, you guys can't see because I'm not sharing the screen. Cowboys have, here we go, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. The Vikings and the Chargers both play in Dallas back-to-back weeks. Commanders and Giants are away. Cowboys going to beat the Commanders and the Giants and the Vikings and the Chargers. They're going to go 10-6-1. The only team that might get them, that might be a big fuck you to them, will be the Giants. The Eagles got the Raiders, Commanders. They should win these two. The Bills might upset them. Oh, well, I ain't going to say it. The Raiders might get them. The Raiders might get them. Because the Raiders are going to be playing Kenny Pickett. So even though Kenny doesn't sound like a good quarterback, Pickett, the Raiders have a pretty good defense. What's the guy name I'm thinking about? Max Crosby is a motherfucker. So I wouldn't sleep on the Raiders. If Kenny Pickett can stay composed in the pocket and actually throw the ball accurately, unlike Geno Smith, that might be the game. And then the Bills might be the coup de grace on the Eagles. Now, let's say the Eagles, they're 8 right now. Let's say they lose 2 and win 2, and they go 10-7. Well, if the Cowboys went out, or the Cowboys went out, they'll be 10-6-1. That tiebreaker with Green Bay will set them up to go to the playoffs. And so the Cowboys, to me, will be the second team to watch. They're not in here right now. The Eagles have to win out or win 3 out of the next 4. They got to get to 11. They cannot go to 10. If they get to 10 wins and then lose, the Cowboys going to the playoffs. And then my third team to watch will be the Bears. And I picked the Bears and I picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl. And I also had picked the Giants, believe it or not. And that was because I thought Russell Wilson was going to be something, but he wasn't. Yeah, that's that. Now, let me talk about my Falcons real quick. Then we're going to look at a video and then anything you guys want to talk about for the last 10, 15 minutes. That's what we're going to do. Now, Atlanta, we're not going to the playoffs. We got our asses beat up Sunday. That's fine. The reason why the Rams not going to make it because they got us on the 29th here in Atlanta. I'll be there prime time. I will be in that bitch. If Atlanta play like they play against Tampa Bay, it's going to be a long night for the Rams. Actually, we should have beat Seahawks, but special teams killed the whole momentum. Then Bijan fumbled the ball. And that's fine. We'll go 8-9, and then look towards next season. Now, here's what I expect is going to happen in the offseason. In order to save some money, cap space, Kirk Cousins is going to be probably gone. His third year was optional. Okay. He's going to be gone. Michael Penix probably won't be at 100% when the season starts. There are 4 quarterbacks right now that I see that Atlanta could go after just until Michael Penix is ready to play. Kyler Murray, if he doesn't go and play baseball. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Garoppolo. The fifth one might be what's his name? Stetson Bennett, right? Either way, you're going to need a quarterback. Yes, you got Easton Sticks and you got the other guy that got hurt in preseason, but you're going to need a veteran quarterback. Raheem, and I love what Raheem did when they won that game. I think he said talk now or some shit he said. But that's because Dukes and Bell and shit down here in 1999 the game and shit, they've been roasting the fuck out of him and shit. And so I'm glad he said what he said, because I say it every time I'm in the hallway when the game get ready to start, before I go and do flag crew with the flag crew team with Miss Sunny and the team. It's one of those things where I always yell when I see them, block out the noise. Some fans believe. Everybody want to blame Raheem for drop passes, not following routes. I seen Kyle Pitts this past game against Seahawks go off a route. Kurt threw it. He was wide open, but he turned off the route. Darnell Mooney came off the route a couple fucking times. Well, that's a wide receiver coaching problem. And the players got to be accountable and not understand the assignment. There was a botch assignment last night in the game with Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts. So you can't blame everything on Raheem. That's just like the game in New York. Kurt put the ball right where it needed to be on that last drive. It went through the hands of Seals, who saved the game last night. It went through the hands of Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts. You got to catch the ball. Special teams got to stop fumbling the ball and letting motherfuckers run goddamn back. That's not a Raheem thing. That's if Raheem was doing what Todd Balls is doing right now, calling the defense plays and then you scorching the defense, well, I can understand him being up for fire. But Raheem got an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. All Raheem's job is out there to do is throw challenge flags and to maybe oversee a play and say, no, change that play. I don't like that play. Go to this fucking play. And call timeouts and shit. That's it. His coordinators is what is coordinating the fucking plays. So Raheem isn't getting fired in the offseason. Raheem is going to probably be here for one more year. And that goes with Terry Funnut too. For all you trolls out there that are keyboard warriors. Because I be laughing. I roasted some asshole earlier today on Facebook. I be laughing. Some of you motherfuckers just like to complain. You never go to a game, but you'll watch on TV. Atlanta could get to the Super Bowl and lose the Super Bowl. No, they'll say, fire fucking body. And they can play flawless football and get beat clean. And you'll have one or two people that say, oh, they fucking played like shit. And they never played football a day in their life, let alone ran 100 yards a day in their fucking life. Most of them are couch sitting, bun eating. They ain't seen they dick in years. Low testosterone having, holy looking ass motherfuckers. If you don't want to support the team, rise up and get the fuck on. We won't miss you. We won't miss you. Us fans won't miss you. Because see, if you understand football, you understand a rookie quarterback, first year with a new OC, first year with a brand new line for the most part, knee issues, psychologically, he has to mentally understand he's not in college anymore. There's going to be a lot of mistakes along the way. A lot of intentional grounding mistakes. Like Atlanta was in every game this year except for 3 of them. The Carolina first meeting, the Niners, and this fucking Seahawks fiasco. Every other game, couple of games was missed field goals. Okay. Costly turnovers when you had the game won the last second. All you had to do in order to win the Jets was sack Tyrod Taylor. So that was something that Jeff Orbridge dialed up. I mean, you already know the Jets in and out, Jeff. You were just up there. I digress. I The Colts, it was just Pinion fucked that up. You just gave them the ball with good territory over in Berlin. Oh, we have another overseas game next year for the home. We'll be a home team next year. But then the Patriots, all you had to do, and I think it was a missed field goal in the Patriots. It was that Gonzalez, not going Romo missed an extra point attempt. But all you had to do, instead of trying to blitz Drake May, is disguise the blitz, don't make it obvious, and expect a 5-yard pass when they needed 5 fucking yards to pretty much ice the game to win. So I expect Cousins to be gone, a new veteran quarterback in to help Michael Penix. I expect Kyle Pitts to stay, actually. I don't expect for him to leave. I expect Darnell Mooney to be gone. I think we're going to eat up some of that, but I expect they're going to keep Kyle Pitts for Drake London. After what we seen last night, and Kyle Pitts going to play like that again against the Cardinals in 2 weeks. So I expect him to stay. I expect Bijan to stay. Tyler Algier might be up. Well, yeah, he is up for contract renegotiation. He might leave. So you're gonna have to do some structuring to keep him here. So if you fire the coach and start clean, don't you know you're essentially rebuilding the team all over again? Well, look at Mike Vrabel. He went to the Patriots and look at them. Look at the Patriots right now. They're 11-2. Okay. Well, look at what Mike Vrabel had up there for the most part. A lot of seasoned vets. The environment is what making Drake May so successful up there. Look at the Broncos. Bo Nix was his second season. The environment of the offensive line, those veterans receiver he has, that is what's making him successful. And the coach. And that's another thing for you dumb motherfuckers out there. The average NFL coach has a losing overall record. The average coach loses more games than they win. The coaches that have those elite records were either in a division where they just dominated all the time and they always made it to the playoffs, or they had a favorable schedule, period. The season restarts every year. You can be 20-37, right? And then have a season where you go 17-3 and win a Super Bowl. Well, that means you're 37 and you're 37 and 40, but you won a Super Bowl. Yo record. Yeah, it is. But those are a lot. They're not football coordinators. They just look at shit and think they understand. Your record doesn't mean you are a bad overall coach. Because if you're playing in very hard divisions, 9 times out of 10, you might have a season where you go 9-8, and then the next season you go 8-7. Then you might go 7-9, and then you back up to 11-6. Most coaches have more losing records than winning records, except Mike Tomlin. Because that division for a long time was garbage until they got Lamar Jackson. After Flacco, the Browns been shit since, what's his name, Dennis Green died. Coach Green. The Browns been shit. The Bengals had a couple of seasons, but the Steelers always dominated that division. Same with the Patriots for years. Once Brady left and that division got tough, tell me what happened to Bill Belichick. He had a few losing seasons, which is why he left. Now look at him now in college. Bill Parcells had a few losing seasons with an overall winning record. Like Kyle Shanahan has a winning record. Tell me how many Super Bowls he won. Matt LaFleur has a winning record. Tell me how many Super Bowls he won. I mean, you can have a winning record and never win a Super Bowl. But there are more coaches with losing records that won Super Bowls or got a ring for being a coordinator, which is a coach on a football team. So this notion about where Raheem sucks, his overall record is blah, 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 blah. He has 2 Super Bowl rings as a defensive coordinator and I think an offensive coordinator. He got one under Gruden and one under McVay. That right there, no matter how you look at his overall record, makes him a Super Bowl winning coach. He has 2 rings because he was coaching on an active roster that won a goddamn Super Bowl. You dumb sons of bitches. So all this blaming Raheem Morris for the Falcons' downfall, it starts with the players first. They have to be accountable and understand assignments. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Yo, you motherfuckers ever heard of that before? Some of you fans make me want to vomit. Y'all some crybaby motherfuckers. I seen a guy in the goddamn state with a bag over his head last week. Like we the Saints. Stop it. Either rise up. Let's play spoiler. Listen. Ain't nobody from this division going to the Super Bowl. And you Saints, and that's copium Saints. I'm almost done. Now I'm going to go to this video. That's copium Saints. Any team that says, well, we have a Super Bowl ring, y'all don't have shit. That Super Bowl reminds you of that season that you had, that you was good enough to win one. Ever since then, you have been losers, just like a team that never had a Super Bowl. You dumb fucks. Oh, we won a Super Bowl back in 2000. So for the last 25 years, you ain't won one. Well, we had a winning record, but did you win a Super Bowl? No, then you had a losing record overall. Shut the fuck up. Only one team is going to win a Super Bowl. That means 31 teams are going to lose. Yo, you had a winning record, but you didn't win the big game. So that makes you a loser. You were second fiddle in the NFL that season. Yes, the Saints and the Bucks have Super Bowls. Bucks won one in 2020. It's 5 years old now, Bucks. It's dusty now. That means for 5 seasons and probably going to tack on 20 more seasons, you ain't going to win one. Cowboys, 30 years, ain't won one. Well, we got 5 of these. That means out of fucking 60 fucking years since the NFL done split, and you got the AFC and NFC, not talking about NFL versus AFL, talking about when the Hunt family and the Hollis family came together and said, hey, we're gonna split, and this is the NFC and this is the AFC, the Super Bowl era in 66. I mean, Cowboys, for 55 years out of those 60 years, you have been losers. You have 5 trophies. That's just to remind you of the season that you had. That's your copium. To me, that's fairyism shit. Because unless you're the Eagles right now, the defending champions, your trophy doesn't matter. Sorry. The Eagles matter. They just won it. The Chiefs 2 years ago, it doesn't matter, Chiefs. You ain't winning one this year. The Eagles ain't gonna win one. They're gonna be dethroned too. So next year, well, we won a Super Bowl. For that one season, you was great. You sucked last year. Get in line. Try again. That's my take on the NFL. So for all you out there who teams like mine, they never got a Super Bowl, don't feel bad. We ain't good enough to win one. That's just what it is. Accept it. For the teams that won one, that's just a reminder of how good they was for that 1 year, that one season. So when they throw it up in your face to try to boast about it, just understand that's their defense mechanism. That's their copium. That's they will say, well, we have a trophy even though we ain't won one in so many years. That's when you smile and say, you got them, they hurt. It's like saying something bad to your girlfriend or boyfriend just out of spite, and it didn't work because you hurt their feelings. So they said something out of spite. You said something that was true and it hurt them. So they say something out of spite, try to hurt your feelings. I laugh when they say shit like that. I laugh. Unless you defend the Super Bowl champs, your trophies doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, I don't hear Terry Bradshaw talking about the 4 he got. Because I mean, his those 4 years he was great. Brady got 7. For those 7 years, out of the 20 years he played in the season, 20 plus years, he was great. Pat Mahomes right now, if he keep playing for 10 or 15 more years, I'm pretty sure Pat's going to get 2 or 3 more Super Bowls. He's just that damn good if you protect him, right? But those 3 trophies that Pat Mahomes done won in the last 6 years or so, remind the Chiefs of those seasons when they was great. That is it. It's remember the time, baby. Now, I want you guys to see some stupid shit. Okay? And then I'm going to end it with whatever you guys want to ask me, and then I'm going to get up here. You got to be a dumb motherfucker to be a dumb motherfucker. This is off of active self-protection. Let's watch.
As always, news stories are linked in the description. And what you're going to see here, see that motorcyclist? They drive by. This car is just a bystander and these other folks. The motorcycle is actually going to turn around and come back. He's just apparently robbed another guy. And that.
Now, I don't understand why you would go back to the scene of a crime after you done rob the guy and you go back to try to rob him again. You have to be a stupid motherfucker. A very dumb, stupid motherfucker. I'm leave it at that.
That guy is driving down the street. He sees these same folks and
Hey, look. He looked like a rag doll. I want you guys to see this. He looked like a rag doll. Let me see a normal fat. Yeah, right here. He looked like a rag doll going up. Look at that. I'm gonna mute this. I want you to watch. See, this is what happens when you play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. His whole helmet came off. He broke his tail light. And I mean, his buddy's like, hey, bro, what the fuck? And then his helmet flies about 20 yards this fucking way. And then he's just going to lay there. But wait, that's not all. There's more.
just absolutely hammering the motorcyclist who had a gun. Well, then our guy decides, you know what? I want the other guy too. So he starts backing up, trying to run over the guy on the motorcycle and runs over the guy that he already.
Oh, the D for D, the DV4D case. I'm not up to speed on that. Let's watch that again one more fucking time. So the guy, Look, man, I know she ain't funny, but look, this is what you get for being stupid, man. Okay, hold on.
See here, see that motorcyclist? They drive by. This car's just a bystander and these other folks. The motorcycle is actually going to turn around and come back. He's just apparently robbed another guy. And that guy is driving down the street. He sees these same folks and blasts them, trying to get between them, and just absolutely hammering the motorcyclist who had a gun. Well, then our guy decides, you know what? I want the other guy too. So he starts backing up, trying to run over the guy on the motorcycle, and runs over the guy that he already hit the first time. And then the motorcycle driver, he runs off, our dude runs off. And the funny part is, if you
man, look
over the guy that he already hit the guy too.
Wait a minute, man. Can I zoom this shit up? Wait a minute, man. It won't let me zoom up in full mode. Wait a minute, man. Holy fucking shit, man. Hey, look, when you hit him.
So he starts backing.
Look, he's in the fetal position right now. God damn, man. He's in the fetal position right now.
Trying to run over the guy on the motorcycle.
Oh! Hey, man.
Runs over the guy.
He just laid out. He just, take me now, Lord. Take me now.
He already hit the first time. And then
I bet he got tire marks all across his fucking neck, across his fucking chest. And look, he got a mustache like Mario. So he looked like he's Luigi, and that's Mario land. Hey, man.
The motorcycle driver, he runs off. Our dude runs off. And the funny part is, if you go read the news stories, our driver disappeared like a ghost in the machine. Like, the cops are still looking for him. No joke, though. The guy that got run over and hit, he lived, and he is facing charges.
Hey, man, look, he laying up his head all laid back and shit. I'm surprised he survived, man. I'm surprised he survived, man. Listen, man. You don't fuck around on a motorcycle and somebody's in their vehicle. You just don't do that. You don't fuck around and play like that. Okay? You don't do that. I done seen some crazy shit, Goose. I seen a guy on a motorcycle one time years ago. He was driving at high rate of speed and slid off the bike. This was back when I was in Texas. And you know the poles that has the little like backwards triangle to let you know that it's a curve. He hit one, and like he slid off the bike going like 60 or 70. He lost control. He slid off. His body's still going. His body's going like 30, 40 miles an hour at this time, right? He hit one of those goddamn signs, went over the sign, and went down to the shoulder into the ditch and lived. And you know the injury that he had? A dislocated shoulder. I kid you not. So, yeah, it can look bad, but I mean, sometimes the impact is not as bad as it looks on camera, right? Or if you see it happen in real time. But yeah, that dude lived. He's gonna have some time marks for the rest of his life, but yeah, absolutely. Real quick, Amelin Reed. Shout out to Alan Roberts. Sorry, I got my nose itch. If I'm scratching it itch a little bit. Shout out to Alan Roberts. I was watching this channel the other day, catching up on his videos. Samira going around here talking shit about the fucking meter machines being fat phobic because they had like a saying on there saying that don't feed the machine or don't overeat over the holidays because you literally stick a coin in the goddamn meter to park your car. It's eating your goddamn quarters. She took it as offense to being fat phobic and complained about it. Listen, if you're 400 pounds, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you have insecurity problems that you might want to sort out and work out. Okay. She also went on a rant talking about if you're fat phobic, I ought to be ashamed of myself. Listen, I like looking down and seeing my dick. No, guys, I got shorts on. So I'm just saying in general, I can look down and see my dick. Okay. Okay, send it to my matter of fact, just put the link in here and I can click on it here and then I can share the screen. So just put the link in and I'll go and look because you're a mod on the channel, so I can go to the actual to the live stream now. You are a mod on the channel, so it'll let you post. Let me see. It'll let you post. There we go. Let me cut this down. And then we come over here. Yeah, go ahead and put, and I'm looking at it now. There we go, live chat. There we go. And I'll be waiting to see it. But listen, I'm a personal trainer, guys. And yes, I got some videos. I was at the gym today, actually. I'm just trying to get a few more. I got a new stand and everything. So I'm show you guys. I've been filming a lot. These are all for the last couple of days, like gym videos, right? This was Monday. So like all of this. All right, I see it random. All of these are gym videos. This was today up here. Today. You can see it right there. I was deadlifting, curling weights in the gym today. So I'm working on videos to put together for the fitness channel. I got plenty of them. So I got like 8, 9 so far. But the point is, before I click on random stream, link, I don't ever want to be to the point to where I can't get my hand behind me to clean the crack of my ass. You know, I don't want to be that guy. Okay. I don't want to be the guy that can't reach his ball sack when I need to clean my balls. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be able to be active. I want to be able to do stuff. You can be fat all you want. Don't complain when you can't find clothes that fit you because it costs more to make those garments and everybody's not buying it. So that store is losing money versus making money. Don't be mad when certain medications don't work for you, but work for everybody else, because, you know, fat causes a lot of issues with digestive stuff and inflammation. It's hard for stuff to get into the bloodstream because of the way the body perceives inflammation as an invasion. So it tries to get it out of the body as fast as possible. So there's a lot of things that you can do to yourself that can cause a lot of fucking problems. But then complain about it, like, you know, I'm gonna try to, I seen that it kind of got, because the phone, complain about it because you want sympathy, to me, is the coward's way out. Emily Reed got demonetized on a lot of her videos, so she had to erase, or YouTube got rid of most of them. That dick picted mukbangs. I'm trying to get this thing to focus, guys. That dick picted mukbangs and a lot of other goddamn shit. You know, Lizzo now is flossing that she lost a lot of weight, but you know, you shouldn't hit people just because you use semaglutide to lose weight. I just hope you don't regain the fucking weight. It's okay to love yourself. All right. If you're fat, you're fat. That's your life choice. But you can't make people, you can't make people not say what's on their minds. There was a lady, I watched Alan videos, they last stream day. There was a lady that was complaining about some guys that came to a restaurant. She worked at like this cake factory place. Came to a restaurant and the guy told her, you need to lose weight, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time at getting to 70 or some fucking shit. And she was like, how dare you say shit like that? Blah, 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 blah. He told you the truth. You're like 400 fucking pounds. You might want to lose fucking weight when your fucking chin is way the fuck out here. You might want to fucking do something about that shit. People shouldn't say shit. It's the internet. Don't post your business on the internet. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the internet is not a nice place. It is not a nice place. You can post some nice shit, and you'll have a person that's mad at the world take your picture. Did you not see Skate Hunt on South Park? That's why they made that show, that season. They would take your shit and roast you in it. I had a guy today because he was posting about Tampa Bay, about that fumble, and all I said was, I love enjoying watching the Bucks ship take on water. And he said, "Oh, you wish that you got that fumble." And I said, "Cry harder, bitch," because he called me a clown. And he he did, because on Facebook, even though we're not friends, and you can't see my page unless we're friends. You can't, unless I make the post a public post. If you're not my friend, you can't see my shit, but you can see my picture in my banner. So he attacked my wife's looks. Your wife look like a man, which she doesn't, but that's what they do to incite you. So I said, and your girl look like a turd that a tick shit out. Words is words. I go back and forth with you all day. I like to roast motherfuckers. So, but that just shows how the internet can be a very mean place. I said one thing. He called me a clown first, so I called him a bitch. Then he attacked my wife for no reason. They have nothing to do with the conversation about football. No, I attacked him back. If you don't want to be roasted and you don't want to be made fun of, then don't post nothing on the internet. Stay off the internet. It is a very mean place. And a lot of fat motherfuckers and anorexic motherfuckers ain't built for it, because hormonally and mentally, they're not all there anyway. So they complain and looking for sympathy, and that's just facts. So if you don't want to be made fun of, don't post shit on the internet. If you don't want to be called all types of names, then don't post dumb shit on the internet. Simple as that. Now let me look at Random's link here. Now I'm gonna get off of here. It's 12 o'clock. Good Saturday morning. Let me look at this link real quick. All right. Now, what the fuck is this about? Teen girl. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Let me share the screen here. Oh. Now, you guys, it's an ad right now, so I'm going to skip this fucking ad. And let me look.
Called one of Gen Z's most buzzed about artists, singer-songwriter David broke through in 2022 with hit song Romantic Homicide, going viral on TikTok and peaking at number 4 on Billboard's Hot Rock and Alternative Songs chart.
He looks a little flamboyant. I mean, got the little dot. Is he Indian, Hindu, and some shit? I mean, even right here, I mean, he looks a little suspect. But anyway, let me listen to this.
Going viral on TikTok and peaking at number 4 on Billboard's Hot Rock and Alternative Songs chart. But David's tour is now canceled, and he is at the center of a possible homicide investigation. This because on September 8th, the decomposing body of a teenager, Celeste Rivas, was found in an abandoned Tesla registered to David. Tonight, we have the latest in the investigation. Good evening and welcome.
So,
to closing arguments. I'm Julia Janae, filling in for Vinnie Politan tonight. Thank you for being with us as we follow this story that has so many unusual circumstances that all seem to point to a famed singer. On September 8th, police responded to a report of a foul odor coming from a Tesla that was impounded at.
That's that methane gas as a body's decomposing. Trust me, I know that smell. I could never forget that smell. I smelled it a few times. It was one of the smells that reminds me when I smell it on animals, or about combat, and I found my aunt deceased at her place back in 2020 on Veterans Day. She had been there for a couple of days, so that is a smell that you could never, ever, ever, ever forget once you smell it just one time. It is a horrible, horrible smell.
Hollywood tow service in Los Angeles. In the trunk, investigators found the unthinkable: human remains. Investigators also learned that car was registered to singer-songwriter David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. And these remains were dismembered, and they were later identified as a teenager named Celeste Rivas. She would have been 15 years old.
Now, here's my question. How old is David? Because she's 14, fifth, going on, well, would have been 15. She's 14. I mean, were they the same age? And why was the body dismembered? Did he fuck her and then realize that she was underage and then had some goons kill her? There it is. There it is. So was she at his concert? And because you got groupies and all that shit. Once again, my nose itch, guys, so I apologize. I trimmed my nose hairs the other day, so they starting to grow back, so it itches. Because you have groupies at certain concerts. You get people that get the VIP passes, and they'll run and wait to meet the singers. They pay that extra money and they take pictures and shit. Was it something like that? Oh, they allegedly dated. Okay, I see how this is going. I didn't watch it anymore. So they allegedly dated. So, okay, hold on. I'm gonna listen a little bit more. Let me get a little more context.
On the day that she was discovered, she had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore, California. And that was in April of last year. The medical examiner's report stated that Celeste's body was decomposed. She was wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow bracelet, and
so April of last year. Wait, whoa. So he been riding around with that body in his car. Somebody was driving a Tesla with that body in that car since last year, April. So it was mainly just bones, maybe some mummified flesh, because the methane gas was already done came out. Once you start to bloat, you crack. That all that fluid comes out and it pretty much decomposes you and mummifies you, but it smells like shit. And it gets it, if it got, which it did, because they probably didn't have her in the bag or anything. If they had it in the bag, it's still the acid eats the bag. So now it got all in the lining of the trunk. So it's a horrible fucking way to go. But I find it hard to believe that it took this long for somebody to call the cops. That smell. Imagine you guys ever drove behind a garbage truck or a fucking big rig with cattle in it, and you got your outside vents on in your car. You got the windows up because you don't want the circulating vent, so you got your outside vent on, and so it's sucking in all that air from the outside, and it's coming right through the dashboard, and you smell cow shit, and it's so strong that you turn on the inside vent to circulate the air inside. So you mean to tell me nobody got behind this vehicle, didn't smell it? It's a smell that once it gets inside your nose, oh, it's a rotten smell. It's like running over something, which I have a couple of times, and then like a skunk or something, and that smell gets up into that air duct entry area and blows into your car and gets in your nose. It's a horrible fucking smell. So I can't believe that she stayed in that trunk from April up until September of this year. That shit's fucking crazy. That's crazy as shit.
Earrings. And most interestingly, Celeste had a tattoo on her right index finger that simply read, "Shh." And singer-songwriter David also has the same tattoo on his finger.
Oh, yeah.
No one has been named as a suspect in this investigation, but it is considered a homicide.
Oh man, he's done for. Yeah, he's done for. So here's my advice on David. Lure the fuck up, buddy. And if your goons killed her, you might want to do something about your goons because they catch just one of them. Just one. All it takes is the right amount of money. See, you guys got to understand something. If he didn't kill her and some of his people did, they're going to squeeze him for every dime he has. And if he doesn't pay, they're going to squeal. Because the FBI is probably going to give them a lot more. And they're probably going to promise them that they won't be locked up, blah, 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 blah. You might want to lure her up, buddy. Big fucking time. Your car, your girlfriend's body in the car, similar tattoos, dismembered. You're in your 20s, she's underage. Somebody found out, or either she was threatening to tell. Here's how my psyche's working. Now I'm getting off of here. I feel like it got real serious and she wanted more. Maybe she was pregnant. No, the autopsy would have said that. They would have came out with that. So maybe she wanted more. Maybe she tried to blackmail him and she wanted the relationship to become public, because ain't no way he can go out and say, well, I'm dating this underage girl. So they had to keep it private. Maybe she wanted to become public because he probably was fucking a lot of other broads and she knew about it and she probably didn't like it. So she probably wanted to come out and be public with it. It's all alleged, but random. I wasn't born yesterday. I was born at night, but I wasn't born yesterday. All right. So technically I was born at 5:36 p.m. on the 1st of December on a Monday in 86. But that's besides the point. Point I'm trying to make is I was born that night. I wasn't born last night, if that makes sense. She's underage. It's like the EDP shit. That girl that came on, I can't think of her name now. The girl that came on, like, oh yeah, he was in my inbox. Well, why were you inboxing him back? Why didn't you tell your daddy? Well, he threatened to do it. That big bitch can't walk 20 yards without gassing over and dying, motherfucker. What? Are you kidding me? No, you want to clap. So I feel like she wanted to come up with a relationship. He told her no because it could ruin his career. She probably kept pressuring him like, I'm tired of you cheating on me, blah, 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 blah. And so he probably led her to believe they were going to go on a date. Probably had one of his Goonies picked her up. Or he picked her up with one of the Goonies in the car. They beat her up, killed her, dismembered the fucking body, and been driving around in the goddamn car. Or the car just been sitting right there at that place for God knows how long. They probably moved it a couple times, very back parked. But either way, I don't think that. I think they were just driving it around till they finally just got tired and said, we're going to dump the car here. But either way, I feel like he knows what happened. Either he did it himself or he paid somebody to do it. And if he paid somebody to do it, they're going to squeeze them for everything he got if he ain't already off them. And if he off them and somebody know about it, then he got to pay them. So it's an endless cycle. He just need to lure the fuck up and get ready to take a ride because it don't look good. Your car, y'all got similar tattoos. You don't know what happened. You didn't report her missing. Her parents did. And I mean, it's all fucked up. Listen, celebrities out there. Just because you have money doesn't mean you should break the law. And it damn so doesn't mean that you fuck underage girls. Ask for ID. Always ask for ID. Always ask for ID. You should know off the rip if the girl is underage or not, based on how she looks, how tall she is, and certain features. And if you can't tell, ask for ID. Because you have some young girls that will develop. My child is going through that now. And I cried the other day. I'm like, my baby's 10 and she's growing up, and features are starting to show, and I'm like, oh my God. And then you think about when her stuff is going to start. Eventually her first cycle is going to come on, and then as a father, you're like, oh my God, you thinking all the worst case scenario, right? She's probably going to look like she's of age before she's 15, right? And as a father, it's my job to protect her, and I'm going to do just that. But you always ask for ID. You always ask for ID. I don't understand why that's so fucking hard. I just don't get it. So yeah, that's some fucked up shit, man. I hate, and she probably promiscuous, mom them, and I hate to put the parents in, but it all goes back to parenting. Did you keep your kid away from things? Did you not explain things to them? I'm gonna have that talk with my child here probably in a couple more years. As a father, she has a mom, her mama's here, but there are just things that a father need to sit down and talk with their daughter that a mama can explain. It's just like there's some things a mother can explain to their son that I can't explain, to my son. It's just so at the end of the day, it comes down to parenting. What was the daddy? Did the daddy raise her right? Where was the mom? Did the mom and the dad know that she was dating this rich guy? And if they was, why would you let your underage daughter date a 20-year-old because he has money? Then that's bad parenting on you, right? So, and yes, parents can do everything right, and that child can still be peer pressure and fall with a bad crowd. So that's why it's very important as parents, and I do it, to always actively stay active in your child's life while they're young. Always. My daughter likes to come outside if I'm working on that Mustang. She wants to help. And I love that. I want her to be independent. The guys this generation, especially in her age group, I'm not so sure. So I'm trying to teach her a lot of stuff that's going to help her as well as my son. He's autistic, because that's what's going on. Parents are not being parents. This is all kids know. This is all that they know. Some damn devices. I hung up Christmas tree and lights and shit the other day. Kids helped me. I did some inside the house, in the hallway, outside. Get active in your kids' life. And I believe that will stop a lot of the stuff that's going on with a lot of the underage kids being kidnapped, sex trafficking. It's sad, man. I mean, do what Australia's doing right now and start banning the internet until they get to a certain age. I mean, there is so much horrific shit on the internet. That's another topic for another day. Guys, I had a blast. 2 hours. Beef. I forgot about that. Beef. But that pertains to football and fat phobic. That shit. Listen, we're not beefing Falcons with no one in the NFC South. The Bucks fans are beefing with the Falcons fans, and I'm not gonna waste my time beefing with the Bucks fans. As far as the fat phobic community goes, because fat fucks are mad at us right now, I'm not gonna waste energy on a fucking walrus. So there's no beef to be had. And in the Dragon Ball community, because I know I said some things and left a comment on some Dragon Ball YouTubers channel who was not be named over here tonight. Got a little bit of flack. I have better things to do than to go tit for tat about anime that I would never, ever, 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 ever put over my human responsibilities. So there you have it. I live in reality. I'm not delusional. Anywho, I had fun. I plan on streaming this upcoming week. I apologize for last week, guys. When you get strep throat and you can't really talk, I had just enough energy to go on Facebook Friday of last week after I watched the Cowboys get their shit pushed in by the Lions and go, how about them Cowboys? I had some chunky chicken noodle soup. And after I yelled and laughed and said that, do you guys not know my voice was even more strained for like 3 days after that shit? So, yeah. So that's why I didn't stream last week. But I appreciate for those of you that wish me well. Random, I know you one of them. Skylar was another one. The Discord. Some of you guys in Discord, Goose, you guys, Sunshine. I appreciate you guys and everything for letting me know. And it sucked because I wanted to stream last week, but it's good sometimes to take a few days because you get more stuff to talk about. And I'm kind of glad that I waited. But anyway, I'll let you guys know next week when I plan on streaming. And the poll, let me look at this poll real quick. The poll over here. So far, 100% of y'all know how many people voted, but says, click, bitch. I don't know how many people voted, not saying, but it says 100%. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Republicans are going to lose the House. All right, if you live stream, I'll try to pop up. I think they'll lose the House, but 3 votes, but not the Senate. It's one of those things where the Epstein shit's going to set it up, but it all depends on what Trump does for the overall economy with the tariffs, with the oil, with the interest rates being cut, and trying to rebalance the economy. That can affect the midterms in a positive way. If he can't do none of that, then the Epstein shit is going to affect it in a negative way. So I see the GOP losing one of the chambers, not both. The only way they'll lose both is if the Republicans don't impeach Trump based on what happened with the Epstein shit, and then the Democrats get the blue wave and take it, or Trump does so well with getting everything did, even though there'll be a lot of underhanded shenanigans, that the Republicans keep both House and the Senate, despite what might happen with the Epstein shit, and then he'll keep it and then try to run for a 3rd term. And that still is on the table, even though he cannot legally. He needs some constitutional work. States have to vote on it, and it has to pass the House and the Senate. But if he turned the economy around real well to where it's humming and people are saving a lot of money and shit, then Trump might be in till he die. And I think he wants to die in office. I think he doesn't want to get out because he got to face those state charges. But that's another topic for another day. You guys stay safe. Have a safe weekend. Falcons, let's rise up again and beat the Cardinals next Sunday, and then deal with the Rams, and then pay the Saints back when they get here for doing us a justice by beating the Bucks last week before we got to them Thursday. So yeah, appreciate that. Panthers take the division so I can watch y'all lose the first weekend of the wild card round. I'm going to laugh my ass off. Goose, I know y'all sick, but believe in Phillip Rivers. You guys have a good night, and until next week, you guys stay safe. Baby boy, Savar, Matner. I'm out, everyone. Peace.